Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I got to discuss something involving Fat Joe and Kevin Durant. We all know of the infamous situation with KD coming to Rucker Park. It was a wild situation. But like I said, Fat Joe he revealed some things that, dare I say, people probably didn't even know, because he says that he was almost ran down on up there at the Rucker, and I know a lot of people don't know what's going on in Harlem. Like I said, Rucker Park is right there on 155th in Harlem, like dead smack and like across the street from the Polo Grounds. You understand? So if you know I'm familiar, like you Rucker is so infamous. You understand? Obviously, the best ballers that went there, street ballers, but you have very infamous projects. You understand? Right across the street. You understand? That's that project. The Polo Grounds is very infamous in New York. Is a big time project out there, and it's like I said, it ain't all nice out in the Rucker. So for Fat Joe to say, especially around this time, this was a wild time period up there, or up there in Polo, So it may have legs, but um, Kevin Durant fired back and says that it's another podcast lie. It was nothing but respect and love out there that night. Didn't feel unsafe for 1 second. That's what he says. That after Fat Joe said he almost got basically, like I said, he said all of this on the Roommate show with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. So I don't know. Obviously KD should have came to New York, so I don't know if that had a little something to do with it. But clearly, who's to say that it's false? Because like I said, I'm here to tell you that right across the street from the Rucker is the Polo Grounds, and who's to say that after him dropping 82, that it wasn't some kind of issue there? But it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure it was a police presence. It was all this, that, it was, But I mean, like I said, KD said it was. It probably wasn't to the extent of all of this, So it is what it is. Fat Joe says that he scored 82 points in the third quarter. He don't like me telling this story. He says, but they got him out the Rucker. They wanted to run down on him. And basically, Durant, he's saying that it's false, man. It's crazy. All this happened in 2011 during the lockout. We all know that time period. That was a very troubling, wild time period in the NBA. Durant, he joined a lot of people who was in the pro-am circuit at this time, entertaining people, and guys just wanted to get out there on the court. And to be honest with you, man, Kevin Durant, New York is the home of the best basketball players in the world. You understand, and the birthplace of basketball. Why wouldn't you want to go to the Rucker? Why wouldn't you want to go to Rucker Park? You understand? If you're a ball player, that's where you should want to grace. It was a situation I think where LeBron was supposed to do it and Melo, but I don't know exactly what happened with the game. But if I'm not mistaken, with Jay-Z, everybody said they was definitely getting some things going to where the rappers was going to be the coaches, and it was about to be something special. So what I will give credit to is they was brewing something. So at the end of the day, now it's all about it's water under the bridge. It was a very long time ago that something like this happened. And it's not good, to say, because Fat Joe coming out, and maybe it's true. With Fat Joe, you got to understand the track record of KD and Joe. Does Fat Joe have a track record of lying? You got Kevin Durant, he got burners accounts and all this and that. So I'm just saying, I mean, who's to say that Joe is not telling the truth? That's just all I'm saying. I'm not here to just dismiss what Fat Joe just said, like it was nothing. Like I think it has some sort of truth to it, because he don't like me saying this. So it must have been something. Maybe he didn't feel like that, but it was something going on up there at the Rucker. So I'm just letting you know that, for the people that don't live in New York, you understand, like I said, my cousin lived literally right across the street, right in the Rucker, So every time I went to Harlem, but I used to see things that I've never seen before. You understand, right in that area, Rucker, So, and I was, like I said, it was 2011. You know, you talking about a whole nother era, the whole nother time period, whole different players that was running them streets. You know, now we got all this gentrification. So you might be able to go get a slice of pizza and a hot dog and an ice cold soda, you know, and run around with your phone out and put your iPod in, and you know, because it's different now. But it was a point in time where, you know, don't be running around with no Walkman, you know, or whatever, you know, in that area, you understand, because it was a different level, you understand, of intensity. So I just feel like it wasn't that serious to me because dude, was something really good? You know, there's an NBA talent coming to Rucker Park. You don't think they had protection for him out there? You know, in terms, nobody was going to get to that close to him. I'm pretty sure if they wanted, somebody wanted to take a shot at a viral moment and do something, I'm pretty sure they could have done it. But I like the fact that Kevin Durant came out, and if Durant is saying this, he's saying it. I think for now, Joe done opened up the can of worms. So now this is just gonna be forever urban legend. Is it true? Who's telling the truth here? Who's to say that, you know, Durant is lying? You know, you're gonna have to get people that was out there now that's gonna have to require second and third opinions of, you know, what people really wanted to do. Do you understand? Was any of that animosity there? You got a lot of people out there. Was it a small handful, you know, that Durant probably didn't peak, you know, or whatever? So I mean, this is a tough call, to be honest with you, on this matter, because you have two sides to the story. We're gonna have to get another player in here, but Rucker Park, man, is an infamous ballpark, man. I mean, if you got to go play there, you know, if you get the opportunity. There's always some games running, especially in the summer. It's just like I said, it's basketball. You can run a game of basketball pretty much anywhere in New York. You know, it's courts out there. It's the game of choice, you know, and everybody's a part of it. And Durant coming from DC, you don't think he know about Rucker? You know, so they know these guys want to play in these historical parks, and we want to see the NBA players come to the local park too, because that's the essence of the game. You know, the essence of the game ain't in the gym on the hardwood and the backboards, and all that good. No, we talking about, you know, sometimes we want to see them in the trenches too. You know, in the parks. You know, like really. You know, with the treacherous ball players, you understand, where there's a lot of people feel like some of the best basketball players are not in the NBA. So we got to see that. You know, we want to see LeBron at the Rucker. We want to see Anthony Edwards. And that's another thing. That's another thing that all this is getting swept under the rug. Kevin Durant had the courage to go to Rucker Park. You understand? I heard he got soul food and everything while he was there, and he balled out. So why can't Anthony Edwards go there? Why can't Tyrese Halliburton? Why was some of these boys? Jalen Brunson, I think, went there one time. You know, and they had a whole lot of police and security out there for Brunson. But I'm just saying they need to have things like that. You understand, where the NBA players come to New York and ball at these parks. And I'm gonna leave it at that. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what